Do you guys ever just sit, listen to songs, and listen to lyrics and just allow yourself to be different in your mind, to live a different life in your head? It's bittersweet. I do that all the time, and it sucks when I turn the music off and it's back to my reality of life, of just boring life. No one to share it with, no one to talk to, no one to talk about life with, no one to celebrate with, no one to cry with. You're just by yourself. And for a short amount of time, music or TV shows or working out or whatever your outlet is makes you feel less alone in your mind, because you're able to go to a different place in here. Even if it's for a short period of time, it makes life seem a little bit more tolerable. But eventually I feel like the silence becomes so loud, and it gets really tiring doing the same thing over and over again. Going to work, leaving an empty apartment, coming home from work to an empty apartment, waking up for work and doing it all over again. But fearing or self-sabotaging, I guess would be a better way of putting it, by not putting yourself out there, not allowing yourself the space to make friends or to create relationships, because that would require you to be vulnerable and put yourself out there and give someone the ability to hurt you. Because as much as we'd like to pretend that we can control everything and we can just have so much inner peace that nothing anyone ever does will ever hurt, it does. It does hurt when you share the deepest parts of yourself with someone and they don't understand, or they betray you, or they don't respect you, or when you go out of your way to make someone happy and they don't put in a quarter of the effort you do, even though that's not anything that really ever mattered to you. But as you get older in life, you start to realize it happens more frequently. You realize you are kind of always the one kind of going above and beyond, putting more into a relationship than what is given back. I don't know. It's just like a weird mental space, guys, where I'm like no longer, I don't want to be in love. I'm not even willing to do what it takes to find the opportunity to be in love. I refuse to put myself out there. I refuse to put my peace in the hands of a stranger. I'm no longer a hopeless romantic. I am now a chronically self-sabotaging anti-lover girl. And it sucks, but it's the safest way I can think of to not ever become the person I was, to not ever reach rock bottom the way that I did before. Because I don't care what anyone says. Love is a beautiful thing, but it can destroy you in so many ways. And I wish I could go back. I wish I could go back and be in love again. Even knowing what I know now, even knowing that that love wouldn't be authentic and it wouldn't be genuine and it wouldn't be my forever, I would go back and I would live in it for a little while longer. Because I don't know what that feels like anymore. And I don't know if I ever will. Because I'm not willing to do what it takes to find it again. I'm not willing to just put all of my trust in the universe and in God and just hope and pray that it finds me again. I don't know. I've accepted that maybe this is like what life is for me. Maybe God removed me from so much because he needed me focused on him and on everything else. And so maybe I just need to fucking be miserable for a little while. It's not even like big things, guys. It's like coming home to silence. Not having someone to tell about your day. Not having someone who you know, if you call, will be on the other end of the phone. Those are the things that I miss about being in love. And even if it was only momentarily, being happy in those ways. Because no matter how hard things got, no matter how difficult of a time I was having in my relationship, I could trust that that person would at least be there in some way, in some capacity. I was not alone in life. And so maybe I chose to be in a relationship for the wrong reasons. Maybe I was selfish in those ways to want someone to be there. But I think people don't consider how much of the human experience is meant to be shared with other people and how debilitating it can be when you don't have people to share it with. When you have nothing but yourself, your thoughts, and a bunch of white walls. It can make you feel fucking insane. Especially when you do the same thing every single day. Over and over and over and over and over and over again. I don't know, guys. I used to say that I was just independent. But now I'm starting to think that I'm far beyond independent. I don't know, guys. It's just like I don't really foresee a future where I know how to let someone in again. I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to. I don't know if that's meant for my life, even though I have so many hopes and dreams for my life. You know, I want to be a mom one day more than anything in this entire world. Not to be a baby mom or to just make babies, but to have someone in this world who loves you as much as you love them. And to be able to share the world with them. Like, that's what I want. And I feel so passionately in my heart that that is the most perfect version of love I will find. And it will be beautiful. And it will be amazing. And I will have so much love to give my future babies forever and ever and ever. Like, it's not even like a want. Like, some people are like, oh, I'd be happy with or without kids. Like, no, like, I'm meant to be a mom one day. I know that for a fact. Because I have so much love to give. And so much just affirmation to speak over them in so many ways that I wish I had from my mom, in ways that I wish my relationship with her was different. I will do everything in my power to make my relationship with my kids as close to perfect as possible. And I know it's hard and parenthood isn't everything, but parenthood isn't always easy. But I am a firm believer that it doesn't have to be so insanely difficult. It doesn't have to be this crazy, incredibly stressful thing. For some people, sure. But I think for others, you just have this tremendous amount of peace being a parent. My dad has it. And his whole goal in life was, I think, to have a family of his own. And he got that. And that's all I want in my life one day. And it scares me sometimes that I'm not going to have that. And I don't really know what I will do if that's the case. I don't know. Because it's just like, that's like the one thing in my entire world. I could have nothing. But if I get to leave the world being a mom, oh, I would be so fulfilled in life. Yeah. Because I just have so much love to give. So much. And something about just children and just bringing new life into the world is so perfect and beautiful. And they see a world that is so good and pure and genuine. The way a large part of me still sees this world. And it's just, I don't know, guys, it's just something that I want so badly. Not badly enough to just go out and make them, but like it's number one on top of my list for things that will fulfill me in this life. Secondly, would probably be falling in love. And I know I should probably have that on the first of my list before kids, but I can't. I don't think it will matter how much I am in love with my person. The day that I bring new life into this world, that love is going to be more than anyone has ever seen or felt or experienced. And I will be so unapologetic to my future spouse. I'm sorry. I will love them with my entire heart. But it's going to be a different kind of love for my kids. And I think it should be. Because at the end of the day, if it comes down to it, I would hope and pray that my future husband would choose my children over me if it came down to it. If it ever came down to their health over mine, I would always want them to choose my babies. You know what I mean? Because like I've lived life. If I died today, if I died tomorrow, if I die 30, 40, 50 years down the road, I've lived my life well enough. My babies have a whole life ahead of them. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just went on a tangent. There's just something about having a family of my own one day that brings me so much joy and peace. No matter what day I'm having, no matter how sad I am, no matter how many things go wrong, that is like the one thought I keep inside of my brain that brings me peace. That and like being with God one day and not having to deal with the burdens of this world. And that's not a suicidal thing. That's not to say that I don't enjoy and appreciate life every day. I'm just in a really difficult part of it. And a part that I'm not prepared for. And I don't know how to navigate. It's just like I'm 22 years old. 22-year-old woman in this world on my own. Fuck. What do you do now? When does it start to make sense? When do things start to fall into place? I don't want to be 40, look back on my life and see myself doing the same things that I've always been doing. I want to travel. I want to experience life. I want to go on adventures. I want to go on more mission trips. I would love to go back to El Salvador and see all of those beautiful children grown up with stars and dreams in their eyes still. I hope they haven't lost that. There's so much in this world I want to do. And I fear I won't have enough time. I don't know, guys. Life is just weird lately. Truthfully, it's just weird. And I feel like I never want to complain about it too much because at the end of the day, I'm breathing, walking, and talking. I don't have much to complain about. I'm healthy. I get to look forward to waking up every single day. I have running clean water. I have food in my fridge. I have lights on. Hasn't always been this perfect, but I've never not had a roof over my head. I've never went hungry. I haven't had the perfect health, but I've never had life or death in front of me. You know, there's so much to be grateful for, and I never want to lose sight of that, no matter how hard things get, because they could always be worse. And there are people going through worse all the time. And so I never want my struggle and my pain and my own personal hell to come across as any type of way, because I do understand how tremendously blessed I am and how grateful I should be. But life is not easy, guys. There's not one big manual on how to do it. And there's a lot of things that no one prepares you for. And I'm just figuring it out on my own and with you guys and trying to decide what way to go, how to swim and not sink, how to find just one little light at the end of the tunnel so that I can justify everything, waking up every day, so I can make that make a little bit of sense, even when it doesn't. So yeah, that was this video, guys. I know it wasn't much of anything. It was me yapping per usual. Life has been so fucking hard and weird and lonely. And I think loneliness is the biggest thing, because I just spend so much time by myself that I don't know. I just miss having a community of people and companionship and friendship and people to talk to who listen. I miss it a lot. And I distract myself with work and staying busy and telling myself I don't have time to go out with friends, I don't have time to go make friends, I don't have time for a relationship. When in reality, I'm just terrified to give anyone the control or ability to break me again. And so I self-sabotage every situation. And yeah, that's just what I'm doing at this point in time, guys. But I hope you guys are doing a lot better. I hope you guys are making better decisions. I hope you guys aren't self-sabotaging the same way I am. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. But sometimes you have to protect your heart. Protect your peace. Because some of us don't have another heartbreak left in us, or another friendship ending left in us, or another loss in us. And so you just have to do everything you can to make sure it doesn't happen again.